I'm Joe Kernan, and this is Uncle Joe's Waikiki, the real Waikiki. That's the tagline, the real Waikiki. I say the real Waikiki because I, want to do more than feature just the beautiful things, the visitor attractions. I want to feature those things, the hula shows, things like that, Diamond Head, and maybe the Arizona Memorial. But I also want to feature some of the things that maybe you're not going to see in an episode of Hawaii Five-0 or in a tourism video. I want to feature, well, I was homeless for several years here in Waikiki, and so one of my main missions is to talk about homelessness, and it really is kind of a blight on Waikiki, and clearly people are suffering homelessness. There's a lot of different forms and reasons for it, but it is oftentimes an example of despair, and getting to some of maybe the solutions that go after the root causes of homelessness, not just the temporary band-aid fixes that are being proposed these days. But I also want the channel to be fun. I want to entertain you, and I'm going to do that through featuring like I say, the beautiful things about Hawaii, also the hula shows, but also the street entertainers that you probably have never had an opportunity to see unless you've been to Waikiki. I'll also be exploring local culture and history, and bringing some personal stories that relate to that, as well as some iconic stories about people like Eddie Aikau and Duke Kahanamoku, Queen Liliuokalani and Princess Kailani, and a whole host of other stories about Hawaiian kings and queens, famous visits and visitors to Hawaii, famous residents of Hawaii, as well as the iconic locations here in Waikiki and even outside of Waikiki. We'll explore other parts of the island of Oahu. We'll definitely be going up to the North Shore, and we'll be visiting some off the beaten path places there as well. Another thing I'll be doing in Uncle Joe's Waikiki is exploring Waikiki, just some of the off the beaten track sort of places to eat, maybe places with some personal story behind it. For instance, the restaurant where I met Tom Selleck. Things like that. I want to talk to people also. I want to talk to visitors. I want to talk to street people. I want to talk to workers, hotel workers, restaurant workers. I'd really like to talk to a police officer. We have the Aloha ambassadors that wear the yellow shirts and help tourists, visitors find their way around. I'd like to talk to some of those guys. And I'd like to talk to politicians, the Waikiki Neighborhood Board. I want to talk to somebody from the Waikiki Neighborhood Board. And also, a state legislator, city council person. And it'd be awesome to talk to somebody higher up, like a governor. And again, I'd like to get the visitor perspective. So, I want to talk to all kinds of people here in Waikiki. They're also they're just the regular residents of Waikiki, and the people who may not even work in Waikiki, but they live in Waikiki. I also like to talk to business people who have an interest, small business people maybe who I can help to promote their local business, people who sell things that that I would really like. Maybe I can get a sponsorship deal. That would be great. So I want to entertain with the street performers and the hula shows and that sort of thing. I also want to educate I'm a former special education teacher. I'd like to talk to people from all different walks of life here in Waikiki. And I'd like to learn what I can learn from them. I'd like to find out their perspective on the problems and the good things and the bad about Waikiki. And again, we'll be looking at social and political issues, primarily or first and foremost the homelessness issue, but there's lots of other issues that come up in Hawaii, and we'll be keeping up with current events. Waikiki is kind of an ecosystem unto itself. It's 2 miles long by a few blocks wide, and it's at any given time there's a good 100,000 people packed into that small area between residents and visitors. And I want to help. I want to better understand the issues that shape this ecosystem, and maybe different new ways that it can change for the better. And ultimately, I'd like Uncle Joe's Waikiki to form as a community. And if we can form as a community and we can identify issues and some possible solutions, then as a community we can advocate for those changes. We can lobby for those changes through the different levels of government, state and federal, and even policies of the Waikiki Neighborhood Board possibly could affect this issue, although they're not a particularly powerful body. And if we come up with some ideas for some new solutions to the issues, particularly homelessness and crime in Waikiki. Those are two big issues in Waikiki, and there's a lot of crime committed against the homelessness here in Waikiki. So anyway, there's a lot of issues that we as a community could identify along the way. So in my videos, I really encourage you to comment and engage. I also encourage you to contact me at joe@unclejoeswaikiki.com. That's joe@unclejoeswaikiki.com, and I'll put the email down there in the notes. Hopefully this YouTube channel will inspire you and others to help me build a community and become active in making a better Waikiki through innovative thinking, changing, thinking outside of the box, and then advocating for ideas that will help the people of Waikiki. And as I do this, I want to do it with transparency and authenticity. So I'm going to be the real me. I'm going to be honest about my past. I have a checkered past. I have an extensive criminal history. I believe it's 19 charges. It's 19 charges, and they're all misdemeanors, mostly a lot of theft charges. And I stole from the ABC stores a lot. So my unofficial sponsor for this channel, because they don't know they're going to be my sponsor, and they're not paying me, but ABC store, I owe a big amends to them because I stole an awful lot from them, mostly alcohol, over the years. And so I want to try to make amends. I don't have any money these days, but I have this YouTube channel, and if I grow it and maybe do some spots featuring the ABC stores that I can still go into, then perhaps I can sort of pay them back somewhat, make some sort of amends, and then advocate for these ideas that will help the people of Waikiki, the people who are struggling, and people who are in despair here in Waikiki. I'm also committed to portraying the people that I feature in Uncle Joe's Waikiki in a positive way. I'm not out here to do goofball videos or make fun of anybody. I'm genuinely committed to trying to do something to help folks who are living on the streets like I was just a few months ago. So I like to think of myself as a voice for the disenfranchised. A little background about myself. Before I was homeless, I was a special education teacher, and I went to law school here at the University of Hawaii, Richardson School of Law, passed the bar exam. And I didn't ever really practice law, but I used it in advocacy for children with disabilities. After I left teaching, I worked for an agency called Learning Disabilities Association of Hawaii, and there I helped families who had children with disabilities that were not being served by the Hawaii Department of Education. So as I advocated for those families, their children, I also now want to advocate for folks who are unable to do so for themselves effectively. So that's another aspect of Uncle Joe's Waikiki. And if you know somebody who is out here on the streets and needs help and wants help, I don't have any financial means to help them, but I can give them a platform here, and I can try to direct them to resources. I can try to help them make appointments and that sort of thing. So I definitely am here to help. I want to, like I say, establish a community that is, cooperative and regenerative, and puts something back into Waikiki, where I've spent so much of my adult life. So that's it. That's my first YouTube video, my first major one, and we'll see how it goes. I will be posting at least weekly from here on out, and I hope you go ahead and like and subscribe, and especially comment, and again, you can contact me at joe@unclejoeswaikiki.com. You can also check out my website, unclejoeswaikiki.com, where there'll be some other content, some written content in addition to you can view the YouTube videos from there. So you can go ahead and put that bookmark that site, unclejoeswaikiki.com, and you'll never and subscribe to joe@unclejoeswaikiki.com. Get on my list. I'm not going to be sending out any emails more than probably once a month, twice a month max. And yeah, I'm really excited about this new venture, and I hope you will join me. Again, I'm Joe. This has been Uncle Joe's Waikiki, the real Waikiki. Aloha. That's joe@unclejoeswaikiki.com, and I'll put the email down there in the notes. Aloha.